This wipe I set up with the goal of building a self-sustaining base on an iceberg and then turning it into a fortress. But what quickly started as a run-of-the-mill wipe turned into disaster when I was confined to my iceberg living behind 2 cheating clans. With all hope lost, a surprise proposition from Tesla, who was in a similar situation, led to myself teaming up for the first time in 2 years for a part of this wipe. What unfolded was a case of some mistaken identities, sweet revenge, and an all-out war to defend my iceberg. Hello all, we are back, and I'm on Rustoria SCA Long with one simple goal. I want to take over an iceberg and turn it into an absolute impenetrable fortress, almost like a hermit kingdom. I'll have a base on the beach that'll be an automation drop box, and that'll just pipe everything to the iceberg. And the iceberg itself will just be Zerg proof. I'll try and make it Zerg proof, and the twist to it is I'll be building it on SCA Long, which is a notorious Zerg server, and I'll be doing it in the deep snow. So to get anywhere from the iceberg, you'll have to cross Zerg City and then get to the snow. So this wipe's not going to be easy, but that's the stuff I live for. So without wasting any more time, I'm going to try and get there and get this iceberg. Oh, that'll actually help a lot this early. I'm trying to get off the spawn beach. I need crew barrels and just get on a train and go. I need to get out of the grub city that sits on this beach with bows, picking people off for resources. If I can get a bag down in the snow, I'll consider that a win, and a furnace will be a bonus. Oh no, I need to be quick getting on this train. Oh, I've run him over. That's one way to get a bow. I'll take it. I've actually got some free cloth because of that bow. I think I'm just going to jump out and put a bag down here now and then save another one for the iceberg, because I really do not want to start back on that beach. Alright, we're pretty much here. I've been in the first crowd of people that got up here, so I think I'll just grab what I can, cloth and stuff, and then just get a TC on this iceberg before someone else claims it. There it was, in all its glory, the iceberg I intended to spend the next 7 days on. I knew at this point I'd likely have some big groups near me, but I didn't expect how badly that I'd be boxed in on this iceberg. I needed to get somewhat of a base down within the next 4 to 5 hours so that I would not be a victim to the Zerg's early raiding sprees, so I wasted no time and got to work trying to lay the foundations down for my fortress. This is less than ideal. I have no health, no food, nothing to heal with. I'm in the snow. I think I'll just get enough farm to get at least a TC down on the iceberg and then just respawn and figure it out from there. I need to get somewhat of a base down before all the Zergs start raiding, and being on the iceberg I'm very visible, so it needs to be cheap but not expensive enough they think I'm loaded. This is actually a really good start. This is a furnace pretty much. I think I'll just get a few more stone nodes and then we'll head over and try to get us started on this iceberg. Definitely pushing my luck, so I think we'll just get over there and get this base down. Problem is I have to respawn. I have the health to survive the swim from the cold. So once I get over there, I'll put a campfire down. I'll probably have to build a bridge at some point, because it's going to be an ongoing issue. Well, I'm surprised we've actually made it in one piece. Like, on SCA Long, my starts normally don't go this well. I die a lot, but we're here. And I'm going to warm up, get rid of this wetness, and then chuck the starter down and claim this iceberg. I've got something kind of loosely planned in my head. I did an iceberg wipe quite a while ago, and I wrote a few notes down of things I'd change if I ever did another iceberg wipe. I'm going to try and implement them this time around. But the basics of it will be a core base up this end, which will be the primary defense spot where I'll have like the triangle I normally seal against Zergs from. It's just good at defending Zerg raids. And then there'll be like lines of foundations coming off of externals that'll give me build proof across the whole place, even if one TC gets broken. And then there'll be kill zones and little spots to funnel choke points, like to funnel raiders into. But it'll have it all. It's just going to be like a solo paradise. It'll have the farm, full automation set up. It'll have like a big tower up in the sky, SAM sites, turrets, you name it, I will have it. And also some sort of starter from where we just came from that I'll hook up with automation pipes so I can just deposit in there and not have to make the run across the water. I'm actually quite keen to build it. I'm interested to see what it comes out looking like. I now had claim over the iceberg, and while my metal was cooking for sheet doors, I went over to investigate this gas station. When looking at the map before the wipe, I knew that this would be my lifeline for the area, as I wouldn't be able to contest the bigger monuments on wipe day, as the Zergs would have them on lockdown. So I went over and started to try lay claim to a small area on the outskirts of this gas station, but it turns out a clan had the exact same thing on their mind. Tugboat, supply drop, fish traps. That can only mean one thing. A pretty big group's moving in here. It's in a really awkward spot. That's kind of where I wanted to put like a little 1x1 or 2x1. I'm gonna have to, I don't know, maybe put it further around the coast or something and get diving gear and swim back to the iceberg. It's never easy on SCA Long, is it? There's just clans everywhere. Didn't know they added stormtroopers to Rust. You'll love to see it. Just goes back to my original theory though, there's going to be a big ass Zerg here somewhere. Only a Zerg would do that. Yeah, there's a bit of a problem brewing. Once these clans build up and get their shooting floors, like it's going to be impossible to get from the snow to the iceberg, or even from this gas station to the iceberg. I'll be so exposed jumping on little ice plateaus and swimming. And then they'll go to war with each other as well. Soon I'll be caught in the crossfire. But I think that there's a silver lining to that. I think while they are at war with each other, I can actually progress well. So I think I'd try and get on the other side of this Zerg wall now while I can. Put a starter next to the gas station. And just use it to get all the early game resources I'll need. Scrap, comps, all that sort of stuff. And then just run them back in the dark. And I think that'll be a good way to get started on the iceberg. Alrighty, nice. Got it done. Just in time for the sun to set. I think when the sun's up, we'll go look at the supermarket and see what it has to offer. I mean, they've probably got nothing, but it's a start at least. So far, it was a pretty straightforward start, but it was exactly what I needed to set myself up to survive the storm that was about to unfold. My first objective was to get the foundations outlaid on the iceberg so that I could get build privilege across the entire thing and not be griefed. With perfect timing, lucky old me pulled a savaged ice pick out of a toolbox on the way home, and that's exactly what I needed. This area around my 2x1 had a lot of node spawns, and it was just out of range of the two clans. So I got to farming in the hopes that I could get enough stone to get complete control of the iceberg before it was too late. It's been a bit of a change of plan. I need a bunch of stone. I need to get TCs on the iceberg, especially down on the ramp, before someone tries to TC grief it. I was going to spend a bit more time at this recycler, but I think I just focus on the stone and getting this iceberg non-TC griefable at least. And then when the Zerg wars kick off, I can go back to the recycler. This actually works out quite well. I can minimise my losses if I do get bolted in the face. The farm's so close to my 2x1. Yeah, go back out for round 2. I need a lot more than this. I now had enough farm to start laying down the foundations for the fortress I wanted to build on the iceberg, and when the sun went down, I ran it all over. I could not have timed it any better, as the two clans were about to go to war with each other, and while that was going on, it would be near impossible to get any farming done in this area. Alrighty, it's time to attempt to build this thing. I'm kind of going to wing a lot of it. I do have a few principles in my head from last time. I did an iceberg, and pretty much I have written down build proof exclamation mark, because I think the last time I did an iceberg raid, they got build proof control on the back side of it. So this time around, I'm going to have my normal triangle core here, which is what I defend big clan raids against, and it's stood the test of time and holds up well. And that's about all that'll be the same from my normal base design. I'm then going to have this external that I'll build off here, which will have the main entrance guard hut on it, and then also I need to get foundations streaming towards the back of the iceberg, which will have the rear guard hut on it. And then I'll have 3 sets of foundations that will come streaming down. They'll create death funnels once they get built up, but it'll also give 3 sets of overlapping build proof on this iceberg. The downside is, if any of them get broken, it'll be a nightmare to replace, but I'd rather have that than lose build proof in the middle of a raid, when they can just take over an external and then build a sort of fob on the back of the iceberg. And then you can't really do much about that at all. It will start to make more sense as I lay it out, and to be honest, I'm winging a bit of it, so it'll start to make sense for me as well. My only concern is that there's another iceberg next to me that I'll have to do something about at some point. You can see it there in the distance, and that's the perfect spot to mount a siege raid from, and siege raids are the weaknesses of icebergs. So I'm going to need a lot of SAM sites, and I'll have to block that other iceberg off, but for now, I think we'll just lay out the foundation so it starts to make a bit more sense to me as well, and then go from there. In a perfect world, I'd like this foundation to be a little bit closer to the edge, but I can block this backside off with a high wall, and I'll have barricades on the hut anyway, so I think that'll be fine. But yeah, the foundations for this side of the hut are done. I'll try and figure out the other side, which will be the hard part. It's a bit difficult to get this like perfect and exactly right. I think a high wall will fit here fine, just like the other side, and then I'll have my barricades. So I'm happy with both guard huts. I just need to figure out the foundations for the external, and hope that that LMG across the water doesn't shoot at me. They must be up on their roof or something. It's getting a bit hectic over there. Yeah, I reckon this will be the disconnection point, so I break build priv and then can put the third external on the end of the iceberg. Got some visitors. What is that? Just drive past, stop, stare at your opponent, get back in, say nothing, drive off. Like, just looking at that, it's actually kind of worked out perfectly. Like, that death funnel, if I can find a way to design the base to funnel people into that tunnel, like, you're in for a bad time as a raider. You get nade shoots, shotgun traps, miniguns, turrets, all of it. But yeah, the other thing as well, this line of foundations overlap with my first and second TC. So if any of them get broken, I still have build priv. Like last time I got raided in Iceberg a year ago, build priv was the problem. This time around, I don't think it's going to be a problem. I just need to get this last TC down, and then kind of try and hide them a bit, strengthen them up. And I already pretty well have control of this iceberg completely. It would be just a waste of boom to take it off me at this point. With the core foundations for the base being down, I spent another 15 or so minutes just using up the stone-eyed farm to flesh out the guard huts. The hard part would be getting all the farm to finish the iceberg, and that was not going to be easy given who was living across from me. I wasn't too sure yet where all the clans live and how deep they were, but I was hoping after they'd had their little war, there might be a power vacuum right in front of the iceberg where not much was going on and I'd be able to farm in peace. But I'd have to wait a while yet to see the fallout of their fight, and just as I finished using up my stone, their war began. Holy crap, how many of them are there? That is insane. I assume they're here to raid it. I see one launcher, but that's about it. They came from like Oxum's Way, out the back. Which, when I was out there farming stone, I didn't see any big bases out there. Unless they've just moved in and they're like trying to clear everything out around Oxum's, and they're going to just take it over. Which causes problems for me, but I'll have to keep an eye on it. Right, I'm starting to put a few things together here. I think that big group we just seen must have moved bases with a tugboat or something, or they're on the other side of Oxum's. They've come back to their starter, which was that base they were all jumping around. I think. Why would they be jumping around if it's not their base? I don't know. I'm assuming this is them. And that base can see my iceberg. That's the one that had the HLMG on it earlier. Just gonna have to keep watching a little bit to see who's who and what's going on. I do like to keep tabs on Zerg clan movement around my area because it's how I know where not to go. But so far, it's not making a whole lot of sense to me. I'm getting pieces of it. Whoever they're raiding still has control of their inner peaks, and they've only bed platted with an exposed end to the bed plat. The longer it goes on, the more likely they are to actually lose this raid. This is interesting. I'd hope they'd actually gotten rid of this base because it's kind of stopping me from getting along this ridgeline to get any farm. Now, I've been playing these Zerg servers for quite a while, and I know when a certain area becomes off limits. The entire ridgeline from HQ Quarry to Oxums was now the location of a clan war. I could sit here bashing my head against the wall for hours trying to eke out small amounts of progress, but given I've been up since 3 AM and we're a fair way into wipe day, I decided to call wipe day there, get some sleep, and wake up refreshed for a second big day. That would give time for these clans to sort out their territorial disputes, and then I could find ways in the morning to navigate the new situation. The thing on the back of my mind as well is I didn't want to draw too much unwanted attention to the iceberg just yet, to the point I didn't even want them to consider my existence at all. I had control of the iceberg, but it wouldn't take much of a clan of that size to TC grief me, so I thought the smart play at the time was to go to sleep and see what I would wake up to. Well, that's a good sign. I have build proof. I had a pretty big sleep last night, which just means that I'll be doing a really long rust day. But first, I just want to go out and have a look and see what changed overnight, considering what we logged out to. And yep, as expected, 2 fobs. Looks like they got raided. There's a wall there as well. I don't know what's going on with that, and a fish farm. We'll go over and take a bit of a closer look in a minute. But the goals for today are to pretty much build up this iceberg to the point it's walled in. Tier 2, guns, farm, all that sort of stuff. But for now, we'll go over and have a look and see what happened up close. Well, they got full griefed. This actually is good for me. Like out in the distance, it's just external TCs. I don't think there'd be a base between here and Quarry. So I reckon I can just sneak up this like cliff and just get to the farm out here. It's actually kind of what I was hoping, but I don't really know what's going on with that wall yet though. Pretty sure these guys have been raided as well. Well, their base is decaying, one of the two. I think my theory from yesterday was bang on that big clan, this was their starter and they've moved out. But that now just means that there's like kind of a power vacuum on this cliff line. Someone will fill it, but they'll get raided again. But it gives me something to work with at least this morning. So I think we'll do what the plan was yesterday. Live next to the gas station. Get everything, comps, resources, PvP, try get some fragments and try get my tier 2. And we'll stockpile some resources and then move it all over to the iceberg. I want to keep the iceberg looking like how it is for now, just so it looks inactive. And then once I get some walls and what I can defend it with at the minimum, I'll just build it in one go. But for now, I think get that gas station start and go from there. Quickly stone it up and then see how many grubs are living at the outpost. Well, that's a very big base that wasn't there yesterday. Actually, that's probably the main base of the Zerg that started next to Outpost that we just ran past earlier. That kind of tracks. I need to be very careful of that. They're going to be deep. That one's new as well. Like I said, one falls, another rises. Like a big game of clan whack-a-mole, and the biggest Zerg has the hammer. Oh. Okay, well I mean it's nothing amazing, but I could use the clothing and the food as well, that's good. The old Zerg left a box behind, not that they probably care, because it probably means nothing to them. After spending some time looting and then looking around the area, I had a pretty good idea on the places that were not safe to go. I continued to farm the outpost, do some tech treeing, made some small base upgrades, and then with my newly acquired green card, I headed over to the train yard and got lucky. I haven't really been to train yard yet, and I'm going to have to go over a bit because this will be where I'll be getting my red cards to then go to rig and all that to get my tier 3. There's a clan next to it, it's active in the day, but I just want to see how active it is at night. It'll soon tell me if I can just come over here, be a grub, use the recycler, all that sort of stuff. Oh my god, what a tier 2 crate. That supply drop's huge. I can just swim out into the ocean and throw it. I was going to loot the rest of this place up, but I'm going straight back with that. Well, I'm not really going to waste any time. I'm going to go out there and throw this thing straight away, see what we get. I do need some guns, and if I can get some and put them on the iceberg, that'll be a big win. I mean, pretty average supply drop to be honest, but I could use the guns. I mean, I commend him on the attempt, but a couple more guns. Nice, that's a big up. That's actually massive. Oh wait, I can get my tier 2 as well. For some reason I kept thinking I have 2 fragments, so I've got the 3 from the gas station, plus the 2 from the supply drop. Oh well, we got my tier 2. I'll put it down and see what we can research. My first major goal had been achieved and I now had my tier 2 workbench. This area yesterday was a war zone, but after the purge last night, it had quietened down a bit. I knew this was only temporary, so while I had the chance, I made the most of it. The next hour or 2 of footage is largely uneventful. It's just me recycling at the gas station, ocean diving, and just doing other general tasks that I would need to do before I could move into my iceberg. Once I had a sizable chunk of the tech tree done, I found myself a boat, did a farm run, and then got ready to officially move into the iceberg. I feel comfortable enough now to build this iceberg up a bit. I've got tier 2, got some guns, got the most important thing, the grenade blueprint. I've got high wall BP. I've got the boat as well. So I'm just going to start by doing loot runs from that 1x1 next to the gas station. Pull all of my resources over here. I've also got the boat now so I can access farm away from this area. But the issue is, this is SCA long. Like, it doesn't take long for a 30-man zerg to be on your doorstep if you look like you've got loot. So once it's walled in, I'll feel a lot more safer. But that's the plan, get some auto smelters set up and then just build the iceberg up. actually kind of worked out alright for winging it. Oh, well, once I build up the guard huts, it'll fill it all out and make it a lot harder to get in. But for now, I just wanted to block being able to run up the ramp and get onto the iceberg. I'm happy with the walls for now. I'll finish them off later. I'm just going to do the inner core and like try build up to the inner peaks at least, so I have a bit more room in the main base. Yeah, I think we put the door at the back this time, not the front. If someone tries to door raid me, they'll have to go around the back past the turret pods. Normally, I have the door on the other side, but yeah, late game it won't matter, but early game it'll help a lot in a door raid. I thought I had more wood than that. I'm gonna have to go get some. The base was progressing well, but I had run out of farm. I took my boat over and did a few more farm runs on the little island next to me, and then started to prepare for the main section of this iceberg. See, I was very familiar with building this core, but the rest of the iceberg I was going in blind. I was going to try and incorporate design philosophies into the build that would help defend against a big raid from a Zerg, but that was going to be easier said than done. And speaking of big raids, just as I got back from my last farm run, I noticed the clan across from me on the other side of the water was being raided. I needed to at least finish the main section of this base, so I at least stood a chance if one of these Zergs come knocking. While I've been doing these farm runs, I've kind of been thinking a little bit about the base design. And essentially, I think I'll build 2 big towers on each ramp. That way it can defend against a ramp fob if someone builds a ramp fob. It'll have a brutalist peak built into it, or at least some sort of ramp peak. And then the back section of the iceberg, I'm going to build up as like, not a second core, but kind of like a rekit section. That way if I lose my core, I can respawn in my rekit section and kind of push back to try and get control. The center will be just respawn rooms, and I'm going to try to build up the walls so there's funnels. So if they do come up ramps and they try to raid either end of the iceberg, they're going to get pushed through the funnels. I'll barricade everything, that way they can't ladder up onto stuff and just bypass what I intend for them to do. And go from there. There'll be essentially a lot of turret pods, a lot of respawn rooms, and then kind of 4 main pillars of the iceberg that I'll defend from. And I'll also probably chuck a Starbucks. Yeah, I'm going to put a Starbucks on the iceberg. You can come get a free coffee. I'm going to put a skybox above it so I can see everything. This is probably one of the more important parts of the iceberg to get right. This is the this will be the turret pod that'll just sit out the back and watch the main entrance into my core. For example, if I'm being raided and I'm throwing grenades, I need to come down out into the compound. It'll be that door. If I don't have control of it, then I'm in for a bad time. Not bad. It's all starting to come together now. Like, I can see the shape in my head. But I'm going to leave everything wood for now, and then I'll stone and metal it up once I'm happy with it. But we'll try and do something with this oceanside ramp. I definitely need brutalist peaks. That's all I've got in my head so far. See, something like this could work. I don't want to overcomplicate it. And it's not easy on the eye, but it's very practical. Like, you've got your nade holes, I've got 3 different direction broodless peaks, one looking down at the ramp. There's enough room up here for a respawn point. I'm pretty happy with this. I'll go do the other guard hut and just see how that all lines up, and then I'll probably stone them up. There's quite a bit more room to work with on this side, so I think I'm just going to make it deeper. That way I can put like a rebuild section in here, I can hide a TC better, respawn points, furnaces, all that stuff. And then I'll do some like a broodless setup looking down the ramp. And if it looks good to me, then I'll build it up and we'll be done with the guard huts. Yeah, no, I'm actually pretty happy with this. I'm going to use this as the core and just build around it and get the guard hut done. This is pretty strong, to be honest. There's like a lot of little rat angles. I can throw grenades down. I can like shoot off angles. Got the brutalist peaks at the ramp. I'm actually quite happy with how this has turned out. I chose to do a couple hour time skip here because it's just me playing Building and Farming Simulator. Not much changes in the core design from what you've already seen, it's just me adding to the existing foundations and fleshing out the basics of the base. I finished off the huts, made some respawn rooms, put some turrets down, added the shooting floor, and then built out the open core. I also made a fish farm because I was sick of starving. I was happy with the layout so far. All that needed to be done now was build up the skybox and metal up as much of the base as I could, but that was going to have to wait till later. I now had a base, but not much to defend it with. I really needed my tier 3 workbench, so I changed my priorities and focused on getting that. I think I've done everything I had in my head for this phase of the iceberg. There's one little thing left to do, which we'll do in a minute, but I'm pretty happy with how it's turned out. I got the core done, but I need a way to get over to the land without getting cold. I might build a bridge, but I was thinking instead, I might build like a parachute tower. I'm going to put like a little land starter base on the other side of the water on the mainland, which I'll eventually hook up with pipes so I can just put stuff in there. It'll automatically get pumped into the core. But for now, I reckon we're going to do a tower. I'm going to use parachutes, and I'm going to have a little landing pad over there. So I'm going to build that up now, and then I reckon that's it. We try to focus on getting some red cards so I can get my tier 3 bench. This is ridiculous. If I put a base on the other side of the cliff, and I like put a little landing pad there, I got a lot of tart from diving in the ocean. I can just jump off here with a parachute and just land at my landing pad. I'll put a turret there to protect me. The only real danger is being shot out of the sky, but it's safe just getting wet and cold all the time. Let's give it a test run, shall we? So I can at least see where we land, so I can roughly line up where this landing pad needs to go. Right, that's actually going quite well. That little rock formation's like a perfect landing pad. I think this is where we'll put it, and then go to train yard and try to get a red card. Perfect. Looks like train yard's unavailable. I do have another blue card and a boat. I might try send it at Arctic. I'm probably going to need a bit of luck on my side with this one. Looking at the map, there's a massive Zerg here. But Arctic, it's just a matter of swiping blue card, running, grab red, and leave. Assuming it's available. I might have to wait for dark, we'll see. But it's a plan. And you don't know if you don't try. That is exactly what I expected. I think the Zerg has this on lockdown, but when the sun goes down, I will try and sneak in. Like I said, just a swipe of a card, we might be able to just ninja it away. Oh, what? There's never this many of them on this side. Well, that was close. Totally went to plan. Let's try and get this card. My hunt for a red card was not going to plan. I just run into a Zerg Arctic that I was all too familiar with, and it was the 40-man Zerg GRG who practically foundation wiped me last wipe, and this wipe we crossed paths again, but with a twist. While waiting for Trainyard to respawn, I was out scouting and managed to find a bolty with no scope in a decay base, and when Trainyard eventually did respawn, I went over and finally got my red card. With a red card and a bolty, I headed over to Large Ore Rig to try and get some advanced blueprint fragments for my tier 3 workbench. Oh, it's actually respawned. Alright, I'm gonna grab that bolty and my Tommy and just send it. I really need some fragments, it's better late than never. I've only got the one red card, and Rig's been up for a little bit, so I'm a bit worried about grubs. So I'm just going to clear it out meticulously and just check everything, and then I'll start to clear it properly. Alright, I think we're good. Find out in a second anyway. That's just someone else, that's not a me. If there is someone here and he's going to make a move, it'll be when the heavies land. So just have to keep an eye out. I'll go check that vent. If it's still closed, he shouldn't be up here. See, I'm not tripping balls. That vent's open. Someone's here. Where's he hiding to? Like, it's not gonna make me wait, is he? Oh, if I didn't see him cross then, I could have been in trouble. There could be more. I need to be careful. Well, that's actually not bad at all, to be honest. Like, I've had a lot worse. I'm just gonna get it back to base now. Oh, that is huge. I really needed that. After that rig run, and while waiting for it to respawn, I went out on a farm run, and with the stone I got, I built a bunch of TCs connecting my land base to my iceberg. I could now deposit items from inside my main core, and then they would transfer to my land base, and then I could transfer from my land base back to my open core. Once again, what I really needed was my tier 3 workbench, and I thought I was going to have to struggle with rig attempts all day to get it, but then out of nowhere, I was gifted one. I need a few more red cards. Like, I don't think I'm going to get it straight away. I'm bound to be countered by Zerg at some point. So, sun's coming up. I reckon I'll head over to train yard and get another red card while we wait for rig to respawn. And then just keep sending it at rigs. Wait, what? He's got 5 fragments on him. He's been shopping at Outpost. Poor guy, he must have tried to make the run in the dark and the sun's just come up and I'm there waiting for him. Oh, yeah, I feel for him. Oh, well, such is life. I was trying to get them the conventional way, but I'm not going to say no to that. I'm going to go back over and put my tier 3 down. That is actually huge. Like, I honestly thought that was going to be a massive slog. I was trying to get it the conventional way and avoid Outpost, but when it's delivered to you like that, you can't not use it. And I've been pulling scrap, so I think I'm just going to pretty much tech tree boom and just get straight into raiding. There's a lot of farm bases along the coastline that just haven't been touched. I reckon I could probably make like 6 rockets, and I'll wait for the sun to go down, but we'll blow into a few. Yeah, math checks out. I think I can blow into probably 2 2x1s. And there's just farm bases all along that coastline that have been untouched since pretty much wipe day, and I've been curious what's in them. But yeah, we need the sun to go down for that. So for now, I reckon I'll just craft up the boom, go on a little bit of a roam, a little scout, and then send it when it's dark. I thought this was decaying from a distance. There's someone running around in here. Oh my god. Only on SCA does something like this happen. What is this guy doing? That is wild. I've never gone deep with a mace for that much loot before. Like, I don't know. SCA, what can I say? There's some special people on here. But it shouldn't be too long till the sun goes down, and when it does, I'm gonna raid the base pretty much right next to me. It's been on my radar for a little bit now. I don't think there'll be a whole lot in there, but you don't know if you don't try. I mean, it could have been a lot worse. For 3 rockets, I've got another red card as well. I don't really need that anymore, but I've got it. I reckon we'll just loot this up and take it back to base. My first raid had gone to plan, but as you start raiding, the more of a target you put on your back, and it didn't take long for someone to come over for the first time in this wipe to have a look at my base. Now I still had enough boom for one more 2x1, so when the sun went down again, I went over to raid another farm base nearby, but that's when I got the first hint that this wipe was going to go in a direction that had me questioning whether I continued it or not. I've certainly raided into better 2x1s than this before, but like I said, don't know if you don't try. I figured maybe you'd have a bit of loot because it was kind of tucked away, and the only way to get in here was to jump the fence, but I guess not. I've just gotten back and there's a lot of footsteps around this base. I've been like about 10 minutes I reckon since I broke that box, and I've just been sitting here. There's a lot of bases around here. Like, I'd be impressed if they guess or think that I'm in here. I don't know. I'll just sit here and see what happens, I suppose. If I just be quiet, hopefully they go away.
Hello?
I think they're leaving. It's kind of hard to tell. There you go. Satchel's in the distance. Go. That's the raid that you heard. I've literally been sitting here for like the whole night cycle. Oh, I think they're coming back. Yeah, okay. Now, I've been playing Rust a long time, and I know when I see something sus, and to me, that was very sus. There are a million different outcomes that could have led to me not being in that base AFK for 20 minutes, but they hung around for the entire time while I made no noise and raided it anyway. Unfortunately, this was a sign of things to come and it only escalated over the coming day, but for now, I brushed it off and went back to what I was doing. I had quite the pile of sulfur built up from all my farm runs, so while I was waiting for my autocrafter to make it into gunpowder, I went out and got a car, and with that car, I went to Outpost and got a few SAM sites. I spent a bit more time on the base again, adding a farm and turning what I could to metal, and once I had enough boom crafted, I went out on a scout. Now I found a lot of small bases all chained together on the coastline behind the gas station, and instead of sending a raid on one big target, I decided to set up shop and start chain raiding from one base to another. But before I did that, I tried raiding the base that was left out on its own. I wasn't really planning on raiding this one. I thought I had externals from a distance, but they're not finished. There's a bunch of bases over there that I plan to raid, but I think maybe we start with this. It's in its early stages, it could be full of farm. But yeah, nah, I reckon I'm going to raid this first, and then we'll do the other ones on the coastline after it. I've come up with a bit of a plan on how to do this, and I want to swim over to build the fob, and then I'll drive the rockets over in the car. And then once we raid that base, assuming it goes to plan, I'll then use that fob as the staging point for the second raid. Then I'll raid a second small base, which I'll convert into like another fob, I guess. And then I'll use the car again to drive rockets to the second fob, and then I'll just chain raid from that base across that coastline. It's only a plan. I could get countered by Zerg, who knows, but when the sun goes down, I think we send it. Once I've got these walls up, we're pretty much ready to go. I'm not gonna lie, it's looking pretty grim, but good news is I didn't use as many rockets as I thought. I've got some left over for the next base. But I reckon we just loot this up, run the loot into the fob, I'll probably drive it back and then just start raiding the next base and get that second fob set up. Before I do much else, I'm just going to double check how many counters there are, because if it's just 1 or 2 it's not an issue, but if it's a proper clan then we're in trouble. Well, I didn't even see that. I'll take 160 high qual. The pipes are big as well. I'm pretty low on pipes. You know, actually, when I see it in the boxes like this, it's actually not that bad. Like, it's not amazing, but I've raided into much worse. The first raid had gone to plan, and I was not going to stop there. I grabbed all the loot from the raid and drove it back to my base, and then by the time I'd gotten back, the sun had almost gone down. So I grabbed my boom to try and raid the base in the middle of all the smaller bases along the coastline. The plan was to get the loot from it, but to also use it as a base of operations and raid everything else around it. Alrighty, time for round 2. We'll start simple. This base should only be 4 rockets, hopefully. I'm not going to build a fob for it because that will become the fob. And then we'll just slowly raid the bases next to it. But for now, let's go see what it's got to offer. Oh my god, this might be loaded. Oh, interesting. There's some sort of like little rig wrap base. It's actually got a bit more in it than I thought it would for what it looks like. Oh, I was hoping there'd be like a tier 3 in a box behind here, but guess not. I'm going to finish sealing this base up because this will become the fob, and then we'll start raiding the bases next to it. Alrighty, I've cleaned it up a bit. I'll seal that back section off and I'll build the front out a little bit, and then this will become the staging point. I'll bring a battery and turrets and all that stuff from the first fob over to here, and then we'll get raiding. Yes, you're seeing this correctly. I am building a tunnel to the other base. It's because it's already got build proof, so I can push the foundations a lot closer than I normally could. And I can get a turret, like, really, really close to the base. I reckon I just blow straight down, to be honest, instead of going through any more doors. Oh my god, I don't need any more jackhammers. I've probably got like close to a box of them at this point, especially from the last raid. Like, the loot in here is not too bad, to be honest. I'm not expecting anything amazing, like I'm not raiding clan bases, but the idea is to snowball from these raids into something bigger. The Ortiz are actually big. I think I'm up to like 8 at this point from these raids, which is exactly what I need. But we've got one more base left to raid, and we'll do that in a minute. I do laugh this in my head a bit. It is a bit overkill, but I know the second I don't do this, a bunch of people roll up and I won't be prepared. I've been playing Zerg servers a long time, and when you raid as a solo, you just need to go overkill because you don't know who's going to turn up to counter. And I actually want the loot from these raids. I intend to snowball with it into some bigger raids over the coming days. And who doesn't like a good tunnel? Okay, I've got another jackhammer at least. You know how earlier I was saying I've raided into some worse bases? Well, here's an example of one. It's bound to happen eventually. The raids, to be fair, gave me exactly what I wanted. I needed all the basics and I was getting it from these raids. Tees, jackhammers, guns, clothing, as I wanted to use all of that stuff to then snowball into some bigger raids. I packed everything up into some backpacks and then drove it all back to my surface base, and phase 1 of my raiding spree was now over. But it was about this time that this wipe went downhill. That's actually gone quite well. I'm surprised I didn't get counted more than I did, considering how long I was there for, but I'm not complaining, I got exactly what I wanted. And I reckon there's enough sulfur in here, to be honest, to go do like another medium-sized raid. I reckon I'll just deposit all this stuff and then craft up some boom and look for another raid target a bit more closer to all this, like a clan base or starter or something like that, and actually try and get some serious loot from it. What is that thing? Little rat. JS. I'm pretty sure he lives in the cave with the other 3. That's on my list somewhere, I'll have to check it. I was in a good place at this point in the wipe. I'd just come off some decent raids and I had loot now, and I wanted to raid a bigger target. I took 25 rockets over to raid a base, made no noise at all, was in a pitch black dark, not skylining, and died to a clan member I was already sus on, not even wearing MVGs. Unfortunately, over the coming days, this just continued. I normally don't shed light on this and just brush it off, but the cheating on this server in this wipe was the worst I've ever seen it by a mile. It was the January Force wipe, and Rust players will know that's the worst time to play, as everyone has bought cheating accounts with the Christmas sale, and then add that to the SEA region, which is already notorious for cheating, and you had an out of control cheating problem. The issue was, I'd already committed to this iceberg. It's not like I could just pick my base up and move to the other side of the map. Unfortunately, I was here to stay, but I was boxed in by 3 cheating groups. One group next to Train Yard, one in the cave, and a proper Zerg next to HQM Quarry. I elected to leave a lot of the cheating content out because I don't want to reward that behaviour, but I tried for a couple days to get any progress made, but it was so demoralising I'd gotten to the point I'd never been in before in a wipe and was considering abandoning the video. Normally this point of the video would be filled with the best content I'd gotten so far, but in 2 days I had nothing to show for it. But that's where a familiar name comes into play. You see, Tesla was in the exact same situation as me, and we'd been talking for a few days about how bad the cheating was on the server. I woke up one morning to a message from Tesla that most of these cheating clans had been banned, which meant there was now potential to salvage this wipe. The cave dwellers were left untouched, but I went over to suss out the HQM Zerg's base and managed to salvage a bunch of raid defense kits and grenades and got it back to the iceberg. He'd been raided by this clan and hunted by others and was struggling to find a way himself to finish this wipe. That's when he reached out with an idea. We came up with a plan that he could move into the back of my iceberg where no one would likely expect him to be, and I'd provide him with the stuff to get his wipe back on track. We would then combine our resources to attempt to raid the Arctic Zerg, which was what he needed to end his wipe, and it just so happened to be the same Zerg that Foundation wiped me last wipe, and I was not going to let an opportunity like that go to waste. I bagged Tesla in, and we got to work.
Try make like a bolt with a 4x, at least one. And then also we're going to need like, I would say 4. We want to aim for about 4 launches, and then we should be good. I think then we're pretty much good to go.
We're gonna need 5 M2s, 3 L9s.
Yeah,
That's
you're
just on
dreaming
me.
now. How many have you crafted any rockets yet?
No, they're just explosives at the moment.
Okay, so how many explosives have we got?
510 plus your sulfur.
Okay, sweet. Yep, that's what we need. Because I don't know, it's like we're hitting the back of a rock base, so we got Goose and Mino B as well. So we'll have at least 6 of us, which will be probably enough. Be nice to have around 10, but it's alright.
At this point, we were just sorting out what we had versus what we needed. I had a lot of loot in this base, but not enough to fuel 6 people in a raid against a Zerg, so once we figured out what we needed, we started to go out and try to get it. But while I was scrounging through my base, Tesla and his mates went deep on a fresh base on the Ice Lake that literally gave us exactly what we needed in the form of kits. So I jumped in my car to quickly get over to them so we could try and secure the loot.
Oh!
L9.
Well, we got an L9 and like half a box of metal frags. Peeking.
It was MP. Just
Well, like right here.
Yeah, we're looking.
I'm going to distract him for you.
I'm not opening my
Good
window.
one. Yeah, I see him.
Was that the MP that you killed?
Yeah, I killed one in the base.
Oh, what the
I'm
fuck?
pushing him. Pino's dead.
Oh, he's hit like 5.
Oh,
He's not sure, please.
you got Elle. Oh, look at Elle down on the ground. Oh no.
Help me.
Oh no. Yeah, how'd that happen? Oh well, we got double L9. We're set. Nice.
I'm just gonna take everything off his body.
Yeah.
We have nothing.
What we're gonna do is
Honestly.
make rockets. We do need like our like turret. Like.
No, we're all good with that. I've got it in a box somewhere.
Ah, okay, awesome. The car's sick. I
Ouch.
like the car. Dude, you need it though if you're
Want me to
solo
drive?
raiding and
Hey, you get a car out to that iceberg. Oh no, what did you build?
Crashes.
Jump in. I'm a bit of a rally car driver, but I'll get us back.
I want to lose it. Let me lose it. Go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude,
Is
those
that your
guys are.
cave?
Nah, it's the cheetah group.
Do you know how deep these boys are, by the way?
That
you
we're
seen
raiding?
anyone? Oh,
The guys we're raiding are pretty deep. Yeah.
yeah. I had a wipe day screenshot of them, and they were 40 plus deep. They had 2 different calls.
Yeah, so I was
Yeah.
like, they rotate like different UIs, like different
Yeah,
zones.
okay,
and
that
shit,
makes
all
sense.
that
So
kind
one
Yeah.
UI lived in the cave somewhere, I don't know where, and the other lived in the rock. I think it's a rock they've built on, I don't know. It's gonna be pretty
Yeah,
ancient,
yeah.
but raid base.
Nah,
Nah, like
it-
train tunnels, road.
I've got a
train
spot.
tracks.
I've got a spot.
Yeah.
We've got one single spot we can build a decent fob, and then all we got to
Yeah.
do is tunnel through the back of their rock. They've got no peaks on us. All we got to
Oh,
do
nice.
is tunnel through a rock. But it's
Yeah.
like, it's just a rocket check, and I don't know
Yeah.
how many rockets it's going to be. That's the issue.
Yeah.
Right now.
How many rockets
Like
do you have
a
now? Like, have you just
Gonna
farmed
be
them
about-
today, or?
No, so Nugo had he had 45, I think, and then
We'll be close to 200, I reckon.
yeah, what was the other one? Yeah, and now we've got like another 50 on top of that, probably more than 50 now that we're fine.
Yeah, right.
So we're probably going to be like 8. Yeah, charcoal is our biggest issue right now.
We had all the core raid materials and kits, we just needed to finish off crafting the boom. Tesla had tried to raid these guys earlier in the wipe, and he was able to see the rear side of their god rock, and he noticed that it was a weak spot. They kind of HQM'd up the inner honeycomb on the backside, as they would have had to have sealed it, and being the seasoned raid veteran he was, he took a bit of an educated guess and assumed that we could pummel the backside of this god rock with a bunch of rockets and likely be able to get into the core. He had done the scouting and the planning, but he noticed that they had no rear peaks or a shooting floor to defend the backside of the God Rock, and they probably just assumed it was safe because Arctic's building priv blocked most of their rear side. But they overlooked one small detail that people like myself and Tesla would know how to exploit. We could get a fob on the backside of their base just off center, dodge some auto turrets, and then get into a position where it would be impossible to kill unless they ran out and flooded us with their numbers. As heard earlier, these guys were about 40 deep on wipe day, and last wipe they practically foundation wiped me with 15 or so people. They had the numbers, but we were confident that if we got in fast, pummeled with a bunch of rockets, that we'd be able to pull it off before all of their numbers got on. It was a plan, and a risky one at that, but both myself and Tesla love a good risk, so when the sun went down, it was time to send it. Editing you go here. For some reason my mic didn't get picked up in this raid, probably due to the confusing audio setup I have that isn't designed for group play. It's not really an issue, I say about 4 words as I was in unfamiliar territory, just trying to survive.
Quick question, am I picking up the tier 2 right now?
Yeah, is it got enough health?
Yeah, should be fine.
Let's see, bro.
Yeah.
Wait, I've got wood.
It
Hold
is
up. Let me go first.
Oh,
It doesn't care. It's like that.
Okay.
Like, can you build out to me or not?
There you go. Turn my audio up. Okay. Okay, we're gonna go.
Where the Spinelli and Arctic?
That'll be them. It's not in Arctic. It's to the left. But we gotta go over to the left side of their base.
we're running left.
Yeah, so we want to go like, yeah, R23, somewhere around there on the right. Now, there's a silent auto turret, right? Okay, I see this guy on our left. This has you on our left. There's a silent auto turret on the left side of their base that we've got to avoid, okay? No one can get shot by it, otherwise it's going to up. It's instant ammo HM. Now, it's on top of their crow's nest on the left side. You can avoid it, but it's like, if you're not paying attention, you're going to get shot by it. So you just got to like pay a little bit of attention where it is. I'll point it out to us when we get there.
You're running into Arctic, just go.
Yeah.
Holy frames.
Yeah, their base, your frames are going to be very low. Okay, you see on the top left of that crow's nest? That's the one we want to avoid.
Oh, the one that we can see the laser? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that silent?
So where's Fob going?
So you probably just build the 2x2 right here. I think right here.
Have you placed for me?
Yeah, just anywhere off that. Everyone just spread out and cover him.
Oh, you can't build. Okay, that's so gypped.
What are you doing, Dora?
Yeah. I'm gonna have to place TC there.
Yeah. Can I place battery in one of these corners?
Yeah, do it with
I'll
TC.
just place in this.
Don't place it where that empty square is. Oh, good. Build pigs for a second.
Okay, should we go over the rockets right now and just start spamming the side of it then?
Yeah, probably just get them there.
I think we should, yeah.
So gypped.
Oh my god, okay, I'm good. He's right above me. He's on the center roof here. I can't get a peek at him.
Yeah, I was gonna wait for the front stop. Oh, bro.
I can kill him. I'm going to kill him. I'm going to
You
kill
got
him.
a spare launcher?
Should be launched.
Yeah, it's in the box.
I'm only grabbing 9 rockets. Is that a... Should I grab more?
Yeah.
RWD.
Yeah. Okay, we're ready to start rocketing then. Can people come out and come close to the base? Whoever can. Okay. I'm gonna rocket these 4 here.
Go.
Whoever else is gonna launch it, yeah. They're gonna try and flank us on the left and right. They can't really shoot us from... Yeah, one's flanking our right already. I'm gonna... You guys are shooting. We're good, yeah. As soon as we get through the Yep.
Ripper.
I need someone to pick me up. Who's in
Are
front?
you in fault?
Yeah.
Go top left. Yep, to the sheep.
Before you're
Yep, just go right there. So we yeah, we're in everything.
Open. Yeah, open.
I'm rocketing it. I'm gonna ladder in. I'm gonna go. We're into all loot. Oh my god.
Oh, that was shit.
Just try and... I'm holding jump up here. I'm down.
I got a box of blocks.
Killed him trying to get in.
Moving out of
Trying
box
to
of
come in.
blocks.
Look for best loot.
Yeah, I got a box of pipes. I'm moving a box of pipes out.
I broke their bunker to
my
get in
God.
here. To help me, that would be great.
Yeah, I can drop
Down.
for you.
Right down here. We're
Yeah, I'm dropping 5
Flashing right
rockets
there.
behind you,
Yeah, there you
Nugo. 5 rockets on the shelf.
yeah, I got him.
I'm gonna just start transferring.
I'm gonna rocket there. Don't move. Nice. He's in there. Good one.
Wait, is that not us?
He's dead, I think.
Oh man, I thought that was us.
Okay, let's just I'm gonna rocket all these beds here. Jump out for a sec.
Wait, I think the rockets are going to be up here.
I'm gonna rocket all these batteries as well. Screw it. Yeah, have we cleared all beds down here? Are we good? Ooh! Okay, there's a shotgun trap right there. You gotta break. Yeah.
I've got like all their launchers and like a box of
Do you want me to
HPs
bring
up
more
here.
rockets over, or are you guys good?
I think we're good.
Okay, sweet.
I got box of GP, box of GP. What the
Whereabouts?
moving it like up top here, like above
Yep,
the main
yep.
loot room.
Yeah, that should be. Oh, box of metal frags. 2 boxes. Oh, dude, look at all that upkeep for you in those boxes.
Oh, someone's.
Okay, well, let's have a poke around. That
Oh,
was
this
all.
as well.
Yeah.
Can you?
Do you have rockets? Nugo, do you have rockets? Yeah, come here. Just double rocket this. The ladder hatch going down. I reckon that's going to be lots of loot NTC. Yep. Yeah, this is why we had such low FPS, Ronan. Look at the piping.
Yeah. Let me just go up here.
TC. Yeah, we got
Just like-
TC and a box. Oh, yeah, bunch of rockets. Half a box of rockets.
Nice.
Shooting.
At this point, it had all gone to plan and we had control of their core and were doing loot runs into the fob. But the longer this went on, the harder it was going to be to get away considering their numbers would grow as each minute passed. We tried to get a bit more control of the back section for an easier extraction, but that didn't quite go to plan. We were just going to have to fill up our inventories, leave one person in the fob to cover, and run.
Okay.
One's on the roof of the.
They could jump out there.
Wait. Is it behind us?
I mean, does
Oh,
that
I
do
think
anything?
it's
Yeah.
behind us.
There's LR out the right.
No.
My body's so
Oh, no.
low.
Oh, okay.
Come on, where's HPs?
I've
Alright,
emptied
here we
my
go.
body.
Come in with HPs.
I got 50 seconds.
Pull their rocketing fob.
No, it's
Those are insane.
I'm holding roof for down on right now. Yeah.
Let's see.
Wanna?
Look at my body.
Alright, let's fill up. Let's fill up and fob and let's get out of here.
oi, oi, chill, bro.
Oh, chill, chill.
Is that us? Are they rocketing up?
No, that's me.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
Just like
like
somebody take the
AK,
pipe so he can flex them.
flex.
AK,
All the GP.
any boom, all the GP.
There's like boxes out here with some as well.
You have plenty of frags in here? I can stack frags.
Oh, you need frags.
Yeah, grab some, I need heaps.
I'll stack a 480.
I'll do it as well.
I'll grab more.
Okay.
fucking-
Are we all full?
Where did they live? Where
There's
who were
still
they?
B-
top
BT,
walls.
yeah. Oh, 18.
Decent.
We're gonna need some more walls. This is gonna be hard. Oh, we could probably
Yeah.
run down like. Oh, this is gonna be hard.
Yeah, the turret on the right.
Yeah, just keep running.
I'll do
If
it.
we die, we got spawns.
Go, go, go!
Try and get over this hill and we're good.
What do you
I
want?
think we're fine.
Someone had a bullet just instantly.
Thank you, sir. Oh shoot, that guy. Keep running.
Oh my god, and it's an enemy wall.
Did you like?
Real quick, someone could be camping outside below.
Yeah. We all good? Yeah, we're all good.
I'll slam it.
There's no way.
The tug.
Yeah, that'll straight pass.
One naked on there. Oh, that's you.
No, yeah, that's right.
These
you
two guys
pretty
are
chill.
Oh, that's
Shoot wall. Shoot the wall. Shoot the wall.
Oh, that, God.
That's so. I feel bad. I feel like I'm just like that. But that's made me feel better about my wife. That's made me feel better about my wife now. Who cares?
Wait, there's a
That's
hazard
me in
on
another life.
That is actually you in another life. Oh no. Can we start?
No, you lost.
Wonderful.
It's a little frustrating. Oh,
Use the tug again.
no.
We're gonna have to get wet.
Can I jump in your heads? No.
Far too.
Yeah, neither would I. I'm actually really curious to see what's in that cave, man.
You gotta
And it's
help.
only a single cave as well, so it should actually
it's
be
so
not that
fine.
expensive.
I saw that.
Well, I think we just take a kit and a couple of lines of rockets each and just go raid this cave.
Bob's been raided already, by the way.
Fob's been raided
Oh,
already.
I didn't. Oh, did I
Yep.
pick up your bed? I kind of spawned in
Oh,
when I
just
died
pick
and
it up.
sealed it all in. No, I didn't.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because I spawned there and they were just like outside. I just killed a couple and just.
We had managed to pull this raid off, resulting in some sweet revenge for myself and an ending for Tesla's video. But as you would have just heard, in the time it took us to get back to the iceberg, the fob had already been raided, so leaving when we did was the right choice. Now we had some leftover boom, and both myself and Tesla were curious what was inside the cheetah cave. A few had logged out for the night, but with what was left we took over the last of our boom and tried to blow into this cave.
I don't get over.
You just
Wait,
walk
we
through
can
the
just jump through
gatehouse
here.
right
Yeah, we can just walk
Yeah.
through this.
The decayed gatehouse.
Oh,
The turret on our
do we load
right.
HVs first?
Yeah. So we just run left. We could just run straight down here.
Yeah, just be careful of the turret at the front of it.
Oh no, the turret on the left. Go right, go right, go right.
Can you clear that one?
Well, that one's new.
You can't get
What's
left.
I think we
Yeah.
should just get
This-
up here. And just
Wait,
run
whoever's...
right.
Yeah, you're all real close to me now.
It's chill.
Yeah, right here, right here.
Right.
here. Jump down. Oh god.
Is that enough to get down?
Yeah, yeah. Just jump down and just ignore them above it. We should rate the thing.
We're gonna have to HV it out to get out, no?
Does somebody want to hold this?
Yeah,
Most of you guys want to hold here and then rocketers, just the rocketers go down?
I think
like
we
everyone
all
who's
have
not
rockets,
rocketing?
maybe, I
Yeah,
don't
we
know.
all look like that.
Oh, okay. Well, we just all go down and rocket it. Screw it.
What, on
I don't
here?
know. I don't know why people. Okay, I'll rocket and then we'll just do one at a time. Ready? Rocket. They're just.
The line going.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Who's gonna rocket themselves first? I'm betting me. I'm betting me. I'm a betting man.
This is retarded.
This is gold.
What do you mean? Coco, like. Try name foundies. Try name
Yeah,
foundies.
yeah, I'm down.
They're like metal. Yeah. Wait, are we in?
Oh, okay, okay. I'm down.
Dead.
That's-
I'm just gonna hold. I'm just gonna watch. You guys keep
Yeah,
going.
same.
I've
Copy
got
rockets
like
back
one
here.
rocket.
Copy
Go
rockets.
to that armored wall.
Yeah, same. I have one left. Guess we'll hold, eh?
Yeah.
Do you wanna loot him? I'll...
Jay.
I
you know
just,
who
I
Jay
just
is?
lost the two.
Yeah, Jay's one of them.
Okay.
He's in there.
Okay, maybe
Don't
I'll...
clump, don't clump. They're gonna rocket. You guys
Yeah,
back
yeah,
way off.
Back up this way.
Yeah, orange. He's in there, Shoot.
Yeah, I got him. I
Did
got
you
him.
get
He's
him?
dead.
Nice, he's on timer.
I have a lot of
We
rockets.
gotta break these rams. We gotta break these rams. Yeah, yeah, go.
Rocket next. Oh, we're broken. Am I rocketing in there?
Oh.
I'm just rocket with beetles.
Yeah. Oh, we should be into everything here. Oh no. There's a turret to the left. Turret to the left somewhere.
I've got HVs.
Okay, so we got up, and then we got... Okay, well, we'll just rocket these garage doors right here. But really?
Bruce, how far did you go in?
God, I'm gonna be honest, they're looking f***ing porons right now. Holy... looking poor.
Bruce, could I,
Do we go up? I think we go up.
Yeah,
There's
probably.
a...
It's like I only drop down.
Hang on, they're opening doors. They might open. I'm just gonna wait. They might open this door.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll hold down hill.
Me coming down, by the way.
Yeah, you haven't seen anyone?
Nah.
Yeah.
Take those points.
I think the loot's on the second floor.
Wait, there's got more balls open there. There's 2 barrels here. Wood.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be it. Up here. You just gotta clear out all these doors now.
After spending a bit of time of blowing this cave to pieces, we did end up finding some loot. It wasn't much, but it was enough to make it at least worthwhile. The issue was, we didn't build a fob and these guys had all logged in, so we had a bit of a fight on our hands trying to get out.
Hyperbox and Rockets been good. But yeah, I thought there'd be more because they've been playing all white, but you never know with these type of buildings.
Do you want the charcoal or not? Thanks. That might have been
Shit.
slightly too high. Let's go.
I
So
think
jump
we're
on my
getting
head.
out of here,
Jump
bro.
on my head.
We are so...
There's no getting out of here. Really.
Oh shit!
Go to naked. Come on. Who's that? I'll shoot it next then.
I'll shoot it. I'm just meaning.
I'm normal rocketing it. Good.
Wait, I'm just gonna shoot it. I'll shoot it. Too high.
Here. Jump off my head. Jump off my
No,
head.
no, I got that. I need one more rocket.
No, it's
No,
gone,
it's broken.
It's gone.
Oh, it's gone.
Push.
I've got 0 bits. This is good.
Oh! Another roof here.
I'm throwing you to the right.
Get around the back of the cave.
Don't throw.
There's gonna be an AK somewhere in the back.
Alright, run around to the left.
good?
Go.
What the fuck?
We're good. I'm out. I'm running. Run! Oh! I've been bolted.
Folks. I'm one shot as well.
Dude, I'm gonna bleed. I'm running, but I'm gonna bleed to death. I'm running. Oh no, I got a med. Good. Dude, good smokes.
How do we get out of that?
But,
I'm on the wrong spot.
Yep, there we go. Alright. See you guys. Thank you so much everyone for helping as well. Thanks, Goose.
yeah, it's good fun.
Cheers, guys.
Yeah, thanks
See ya.
everyone for helping out.
Yeah, thank you for the help as well. See you guys.
No, see you
Okay,
later.
cheers.
And good luck,
Good luck.
okay? You guys have a good one. See ya.
Well, that was different. I'm usually on the receiving end of that. I very ever rarely get to raid a clan. In fact, I can't remember the last time I did it. But yeah, I guess I've got a clan / half a Zerg's loot on my iceberg now. So I'm gonna have to figure out what to do with it. Now, I was in a situation I'd never been in before. I was sitting on an ungodly amount of loot to the point I had no idea what to do with it. Around this time, I usually call my wipes and go back to editing the next video that I would release, but this time around, I altered those plans. It started to get around the server that Tesla was living on my iceberg, which was true for about a day and a half, but now it was just me again. Everyone also knew that we had raided GRG, and all of their loot was sitting on my iceberg. So what I decided to do instead of ending the wipe was to just leave Rust open in the background while I edited my video and see what the clans would try and get up to over the coming days. I took what I gotten from that raid and fortified the ever-living crap out of this iceberg. If anyone was going to raid it, they'd need a lot of people and a lot of rockets, and I was interested to see if a case of mistaken identity would push someone to do it. Well, I'm a bit fried, to be honest. This wipe's been a roller coaster. Ups and downs, all arounds. I don't even know what that means, but I've said it. But yeah, this is the last thing I'm going to do on the base. Build this little skybox and then see what happens from there. Tomorrow I'll wake up and just start editing my video and we'll see what the clans get up to. The footage might jump around a bit, but yeah. It's this place is a hard raid. This base is a hard raid. It is a fortress if you're looking at it from... You're going to need a Zerg to probably raid it, but it's SCA long and I've seen worse. So, let's see what they get up to, shall we? That's just an offline check if I've ever seen one. I expect a lot more of that. People trying to take out the SAM sites, like land minis in here, like try to slow raid the place. But not on my watch, at least while I'm awake. Blew his body out of existence. That is commitment to the cause. It's also like a new name every time. It's just the whole server's just coming to pay me a visit. I'm getting the Tesla treatment. They think he lives here. Got a few more ray defense kits. This is profitable for me, doing nothing but editing. It's just Rat City. Like, I feel for Tesla if this is what he has to put up with regularly. Yeah, fun. The next day or so was much the same. I would go out for a farm run here and there, get some upkeep, get a few kills, do a few small roams just to see what was happening around me, and some guy even tried to build across from me on the iceberg, and I put a quick end to that. So far it had just been offline checks, after offline checks, after more offline checks. I could go on, but after a fair while of every man and his dog trying to HV out my auto turrets, things got a bit more serious. Well, free mini. Don't really have much use for this. I mean, I could use it to scout and go to outpost, but I can't land on the iceberg. There's like 5 SAM sites there. I think we'll just stick it in front of the starter. I don't think they're... That looks like a proper, like, they're having a look, like a scout. Trying to get the layout of the base. Oh well. That's worrying. I knew I heard a C4. Yeah, this is interesting. I think we all know what this means. Yeah, it's pretty safe to say that that's for me. I don't know how they're going to play this. They might need to get a second fob. There's a lot of SAM sites on my iceberg. It would take them a while to siege raid me if they want to do that. Well, let's see what they do, eh? Ball's in their court. Oh my god, that fob is huge. Like, it's not even finished yet. Oh well. We got a Zerg on the doorstep. That's this will be interesting. I'm not going to be able to stop these fobs. The best thing I can do here is just keep shooting him and break armor and use meds up. The real defense will come when they like start to get into the iceberg. I can use angles, auto turrets, seals and all that. If I'm going to win it, it'll be there. For now, it's just a who can shoot who the most match. Alright, well those peaks are off limits now. I've got the whole Zerg looking at them. and I think they're trying to raid them. Yeah, stopping those fob rockets is going to be hard. think I've survived the first day of the siege. This is definitely a raid. It's, issue is that they've had time to take out my compound turrets while I've been turtling in here because there's that many of them. If I lose my inner ring turrets, things will get interesting. Anti-hack. I could have got a seal off. Oh yep, forgot about that one. Lost my TC. Shotgun trap, 26 member of the Zerg team. Oh, I mean, look at that. I've been on the receiving end of some big raids over the years. That one was up there. They were deep, and they knew what they were doing. And props to them for actually sending the raid. It's not that common that people will actually online you like that. And yeah, they didn't hold back. They pretty much annihilated the base. I would have been interested to see how it went if I got that second set of seals off. But I don't know what's going on. This last update, the anti-hack has been so bad. Like, I could have played that a million times better, but I genuinely think I could have got that second seal off if it wasn't for anti-hack. But here we are. I put up a fight. You can only do what you can do when you're by yourself. But as for a wipe that I thought was not going to turn into a video, has actually turned into a pretty good video. So if you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, do all that sort of good stuff. I'll be back next wipe on the naval update. Peace out.